Our third story out front, the terrorist Encyclopedia. That document, among many bomb-related materials, police say belonged to a young couple living in a high-end apartment in New York City's trendy Greenwich Village. The couple, 31-year-old Aaron Green and 27-year-old Morgan Gleidman, are in police custody. They've been charged with felony possession of an explosive with intent to use and felony criminal possession of a weapon. Susan Candiati is out front with their story.
It's not the kind of activity you'd expect in an apartment in a posh section of Manhattan. But when police raided the home of Aaron Green and Morgan Gleidman in Greenwich Village, they found explosive material called HMTD and chemicals used to make it, along with 2 shotguns, a flare gun, and high-capacity magazines.
The HMTD is extremely volatile, and that's why the building was evacuated, and surrounding buildings were certainly put on notice because of the ability of this to just go off at any given time.
As shocking, the suspects come from successful families. Aaron Green's father is a successful business owner. Morgan Gleidman's dad is a well-known doctor who owns the building where the two lived rent-free. Gleidman's mom is a high-end realtor. Green's lawyer declined to comment. A law enforcement source says the two met in rehab and that her family believes Green was the instigator. What appears to have been going on in that apartment?
Well, we're still trying to determine precisely what was going on, but obviously the biggest cause of concern was the explosive.
HMTD is a signature al-Qaeda bomb-making material. It was used successfully in the 2005 London subway bombing attack. Convicted New York City subway plotter Najib Azazi tried to use it, but had trouble making it.
It's a highly unstable bomb-making element that is so unstable that terrorists have tended in the past to steer away from it because it's very difficult to transport and to handle and can easily go off.
Police were turned on to the suspects by a tip. The alleged bomb makers here in Washington Square Park invited a couple over to their apartment nearby to use the showers. That's when suspect Aaron Green allegedly showed off the weapons and even blew up a small amount of explosives right there in the apartment. Law enforcement sources say the incident happened 6 weeks ago, and authorities suspect the tipster might have been moved to call police after the Newtown school shooting. Did they have a beef against anyone, against the government, any writings? What are you trying to find out about them?
Well, we're trying to identify precisely what you said. Was there a target? Was there a cause that they were adhering to? What was the objective? What was the goal of having all of this information and this weaponry?
All right, this story certainly seems very bizarre. When you look at these two people, 27 and 31 years old, did either of them have a criminal background? I mean, or did these people just come out of the blue?
Well, not as far as we know in terms of the young woman in this case. Now, the young man has 4 prior convictions, even spent a year in jail back in 2005 on an assault charge. Now, law enforcement sources tell us that they met in rehab. She was in there for being treated for alcoholism. He was being treated for heroin use. And where it went from there, they're still trying to piece it all together.
Because they're still trying to figure out what their cause was and what they might have been targeting.
What was it all about? They haven't yet entered a plea just yet. She's still in the hospital because she just gave birth the other day to a baby.
Which is one of the most bizarre parts about the story. All right, well, thanks very much to Susan. We keep following this story since it is very strange and also very frightening. Out front next.